As Moses turned the river to blood, good old Pharaoh still refused to let the Israelites go. But Moses didn't give up so quickly. He came back for more and approached Pharaoh asking him to let his people go for the third time. But as expected, Pharaoh denied it. But now it looks like Moses was going to send Shrek in the swamps if he wouldn't listen. But Pharaoh didn't like the disrespect, so he told Moses to leave and stop yapping. I swear this boy will never learn his lesson. But as Pharaoh went down the stairs for a walk, he came across thousands of frogs in front of him, and boy, it looked like Moses was right. God really did send Shrek and the swamps into their land. The entire nation surrounded Egypt and made their streets smell like fart spray, just like they invaded the land of the Egyptians, aura farming in front of them. But now Moses came back, stepping on them frogs, asking for the fourth time to let his people go, and boy oh boy, Pharaoh still doesn't believe in God and refused to follow. So Moses told him to check his cut, but Pharaoh didn't have hair. But that's when one of Pharaoh's boys started complaining about his head. Oh, now this is what happens if you're a stubborn little baby. Look at your boy! Right. So Moses went off, and boy, that was just one out of the many plagues. As two Egyptians went outside to tend their plants, they were creeped out by the sudden frogs, but they continued with their day. Though that's when a huge amount of flies started to appear out of nowhere. Probably because the place smells like your skibidi. After that, there was this shepherd. The boy was just minding his own business, talking how the sheep was his life. He spent 20 years getting all these sheep, though that's when they suddenly died. All of them. Gone. Poor boy lost it all. Despite all this, Moses came back giving Pharaoh another chance. Just let his people go, boy. Okay, pal, what the actual Sigma? What do you mean? This doesn't prove anything. Are you blind? Can't you see your own land falling apart? Look at that poor boy. But Moses didn't even want to argue. He just left and told Pharaoh what was coming. So as Pharaoh was standing there, his other servant came back looking like he just had a bath in a microwave. The sun was too hot, and Sir Skinny Timmy just got himself a quick tan. Now bro was straight up yapping to Pharaoh, claiming it was the sun god Ra. That was when the soldiers came out, attempting to smite the frogs out of existence. But as they did, the temperature suddenly shifted at an alarming rate. It went from boiling to frozen. Look at what happens when you disobey the Almighty. Now you're stuck and have nowhere to run. Now we're back to my boy Hamoud. And at the moment, the boy was just embracing his only cacao tree after losing all his sheep. But that's when the locust fell straight down from the sky, devouring the poor boy's tree until there was nothing left to be seen. But it wasn't over. They started to nibble on the boy's only possession he had left. Man, I wish I could do something. But this is how the story goes. He lost everything at this point, so the locust went off and ended his misery once and for all. After that cruel moment, Moses went over to Pharaoh for the last time, and it looks like Pharaoh was teaching his son false information. But now, Moses asked for his people to be set free. But since Pharaoh was stubborn, he had to reveal the power of God once again. This time, the sun hid its face from the earth, making the environment turn to complete darkness. So this was the very last warning Moses gave Pharaoh. But guess what? He said no. So Moses just dipped out. But as he did, the angel of death suddenly appeared aura farming, completely mogging at his creatures. Now this was the last plague, and most likely the worst. The angel of death was sent to kill every firstborn in Egypt. This was the punishment for the wickedness Pharaoh did to the innocent children. But as he went to enter the next house, he ignored it, thanks to Moses telling the Israelites to put blood on the door made by young lambs. But back to Pharaoh, everything was going to go downhill from here. It was time to teach Pharaoh what happens when you mess with the creator of the universe. His son fell to the ground unconscious and dropped dead, losing his life just by the presence of the angel. At this point, Pharaoh was officially humbled by God. Okay, now join the Discord!